Good afternoon, my YouTube friends and family. Going to do something a little different today that normally we're reviewing DeWalt tools, Milwaukee tools, and I've got this blower back here and I was just going to show you that. There might be some people that might be looking for a walk-behind blower. I got this little wonder right here. It's got a Honda engine on it. Now, I will say I'm not as big a fan of Honda engines as a lot of people are. I really like the Briggs & Stratton motors. I have good luck out of the Briggs & Stratton motors. I just wanted to give you a little review on this. Now the other day, I will tell you one thing I experienced was my throttle kept backing off on me, the vibration. Maybe something I have to look into tightening it up. This is opens and closes your chute. Well, look at there, it's stuck. That's not good, is it, on a review? What's up with that? It's not even done that before. Why is it not turning? What happened to it? There we go. Maybe it needs a little oil on it. Possibly. Maybe there's a cable right back there. Looks like it's got a spring on it. So maybe the cable's working good, but that thing there is not. For some reason, might put a little oil on it. Once you close it, then you can, if you want to shoot it out the front, that right there opens that. It does have kind of this little spring right here is pretty tight, so that makes you blow it out the front. To blow down beside of a building or whatever. I ordered it at a local dealer. I've got a guy up in Bowling Green that I really like. His name's Brandon. He's at Legacy Outdoor Power Equipment, and I really like him. And I ordered it from him. Of course, they had to, order it in, so I had to pay the shipping on it. And I think all of it was around $2,200. I've actually got one of the little Wonder vacuums ordered. Should be in here in a week or so. We'll take a look at it. But I'm gonna fire this thing up and we'll show you it running. Right there is actually where it come from right there, Legacy Outdoor Power Equipment. That's their phone number. So we'll take a look at this thing in operation. I am gonna blow this gravel parking lot. Now I like to do it after it rains. When it's kind of wet and damp, it don't make any dust. But I idle this machine down pretty low and just barely blow it along. The reason I bought it, a lot of times these leaves right here can get really wet, really thick and heavy, a lot of tree cover right here. And so I will catch them after it rains. That way the gravel's kind of wet, it don't blow as bad, and the dust is not as bad, but we don't have those conditions today. So it is what it is. And but I just wanted to show you this thing in operation. I'll put a little of this WD-40 Specialist Spray and Stay Gel Lubricant, no drip formula. Put a little of that on there. See what that helps. As I said, this is not the ideal conditions, but this is where all the employees park for my wife's school. So I got to do it on a Saturday when they're not here. And they're starting to get a few leaves, as you can see. I went around, blowed out all the leaves with this Red Max. I don't know how long that blower has been with me. That blower's likely 12 years old, 10, 12, more. It could be plus years old. Man, it's been a good one. Never been in the shop for anything. And cranks and runs all the time. It's just been a great blower. Good brand. I'm sure they're not that away anymore, because when I bought that, the guy was like, if you want one without any emissions restrictions on it, you better get this one. It's the last one we got. So that was one reason I bought it. So let's get to crank this thing up and start blowing. So you got your choke right there. You got an on and off switch over here you have to turn on, and which I forget from time to time. I will idle it up just a little bit. See, the chute works better now that I put a little oil on it. It has air tires on it. I've got them pumped up pretty tight. The Honda motor is pretty quiet. The Honda motor is very quiet. One reason that I went with the Little Wonder brand is steel cage, steel fan inside, all steel, all metal, which makes it a little heavier. But he said opposed to other brands that are all plastic, this one right here is going to perform and hold up a lot better. And still left-handed. It's not hard to crank. I mean, it does have some pressure on it. Tightened that nut up right there, and it's metric, and I've over tightened it, and you can't move it right now with this. It's too tight, so I've got to come here with this manual throttle thing here, this lever, and do it. So I guess there's a happy medium you find with that, because it was real loose, and I guess put Loctite on it and then hold it. Well, I'm having to take a break from blowing leaves. I've got a sink that is stopped up. I mean, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's been at least 2 times a week we've been called out, at least, for stopped up sinks, broken locks, electrical problem, which wound up being light bulbs. Trying to think what else. We've had 2 or 3 stopped up sinks. Sometimes when it rains, it pours, and it just gets into a bunch of it. But I've got the GoPro. We're just operating off of the GoPro microphone right now. It's in its smallest form. I'm gonna try to put it in my pocket. But I'm very cautious about shooting videos in places, in people's homes where they live and their stuff. But if it's where I can shoot it and do it discreetly and not video their stuff, I'll do that. So on this segment of this video, just bear with me. Like I said, I don't have my wireless mic on because I'm trying to go in discreetly with it. So just bear with me on that. Getting gloved up.
Getting gloved up.
You going in?
I'm gonna go scuba diving.
Scuba diving?
Scuba diving on Saturday. He says you don't never get no vacation.
She stopped up tight. Tim's taking the nut off the back there so we can stick a wire down it, and then we may have to take that flex shaft and put down it. Tim's running the wire down there now. See if we can feel anything. Tim was working at this wire right here, back and forth. He's evidently got a little hole in it. It's draining a little bit now. Let me see that stuff right there, Tim. This is some stuff we get at our local hardware store. Flow Easy drain opener. Now this one is an acid, but it's got a buffer in it, so it won't eat through cast iron. And it works pretty good. They've got one down there that don't have the buffer in it. I've seen it burn holes through wash rags. I've actually splashed some on me and it burned a hole through my clothes. But this has got a buffer in it that softens it up a little bit. So we're gonna pour that down and see if that'll help it out. See it steaming? Boy, that stuff is, boy, it's the stuff now. I'm not so sure that won't eat through a wash rag too. But I've seen it burn through.
Now that stuff called liquid fire.
Yeah. It'll eat the pipes in too.
Yeah,
I've seen it eat cast iron.
Porcelain right here.
Yeah, it turned it black.
It turned it black. Now look, watch this. Videotape this. That's gonna turn it a little bit of a color. Don't want to pour too much at one time. It'll blow back up on you. Hear it bubbling?
Yeah, that stuff, man, it's potent. I don't know if anybody else that's watching this channel uses it or not.
A whole lot, but say you put the water to it.
Yeah.
It don't turn your porcelain and stuff a black color.
Yeah.
You got to watch
dripping under there.
Yeah, we're gonna have to tighten it up. I just tighten the snow by hand. But you hear it pull out of there.
It's draining
and
now.
It's still, I didn't use that, not even a smidgen of it. The stuff's $13 and something a bottle. But if you got a line that's got a partial opening and it is barely draining, this eats anything organic, hair, food, grease, human skin where you shave every day. People don't realize it. It'll clog it and turn a gray color. I call it human funk. It's nasty. It stinks like grease from cooking.
Cleaning up our mess. We got it back together, got the sink full of water. There it goes. Just shot the juice to it. It's gone up here, the water. There it went. That means it's clean, don't it? When it does that gurgle.
Yeah.
When it does that.
Yeah, well, actually.
That gurgle. That's usually a good sign.
Yeah. Then when you hear it going the other.
We got both valves open, running it down. Like Tim said, if it can hold that much water, you know, take that much water and not back up, it's open.
Everything's good and dry.
Everything's dry. We're out of here. Well, I brought the rigid flex shaft. This is the 102. I've got the 102 and I think the other one's a 204. I got both of them. I've used it a couple times. It's worked good, but we didn't have to use it today. To get back to blowing leaves now that we got the plumbing taken care of, you know, and that's just the way it runs in rental property. And a lot of times, normally I don't go out on Saturdays, but I texted Tim about us going first thing Monday morning. He said, hey, I can be there in just a few minutes. So he wanted to knock it out today, so we knocked it out. Get back to blowing some leaves. I got the little Milwaukee handheld here to blow them out around kind of tight places. I use the Milwaukee to blow them out around small places. And right now I'm not like trying to do the best job in the world. I've got that vacuum ordered, plus there's a whole lot more leaves to come. If you wonder why the video is so buttery smooth, looks like it's gliding along, that's because my assistant is riding what is that, GoTrax? Hoverboard, GoTrax. All right, here you go. Video me some more. very handy. Having that lever, you see me right here, I'm gonna switch the lever over so that it'll shoot it out the front where you can blow down beside this fence. That's very handy. Having that option to clear them out in places like that, it works really good. It also blows so hard that if you've got it blowing out the front and you're not holding on to the blower, it'll start pushing itself backwards. It did that to me a couple of times. It'll get up some speed going backwards too. This right here is a good way to make your neighbors mad. It's just blow all the leaves over on their property. Video me, I'm gonna blow my leaves on the neighbor's property. Let them deal with them. I'll blow them in their front yard. All right, we'll get out of here. I don't think they're home right now. They won't know where them leaves come from. We just don't have to tell them, do we? Huh? I think that's what, you really ought to do is blow them over on your neighbor's property. I think they come off his trees anyway. What do you think?
I don't know.
You think they come off his trees? I ain't got any trees. He's got more trees than I got. Yeah, I may just blow that pile on him too. I was just messing with y'all about that. I actually own that house there, and I blow them over there every year. This first year I've had that. Used to do it with a backpack blower. Their kids love to rake them up in piles and play in them. You know how kids used to do that? If some of y'all are older, you might remember it. The kids of today, I'm not sure they know about that, but they like to rake them up in big piles and they run in them and jump in them. I leave their yard to last when cleaning them up so that they get the full benefit of playing in them. Guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you another day.